Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group members want to present about Imam Al-Ghazali on monetary theory. Before that, let me introduce our group members. My name is Nur Ain binti Daud and we have 4 other group members which are Nur Alia binti Azman, Akil bin Ahmad Zubaidi, Nur Mahfuzah Afika binti Musa and Muhammad Aizli Husni bin Muhammad Kamal. Today, our group want to share about the monetary theory on Imam Ghazali. First, we want to share about the background of Imam Ghazali. Second, we want to share about the economics of Imam Ghazali. In this part, we share based on the what, why and how about the economics. And lastly, we share about the current situation that related to Imam Ghazali. As we know, the monetary theory or the another name is financial theory is about the principle of macroeconomics that focus on the importance of the money supply as a measure of economic strength. Imam Al-Ghazali is one of the well-known Islamic thinkers, especially in financial. Next, he was a leading thinker who has several ideas related to financial, such as the evolution theory of money, function of money, the prohibition of money holding, the currency issues, and the roles of the government in monetary system. Last but not least, Imam Al-Ghazali presented ideas and views that need to be considered as a basic framework in helping to solve economic problems that occur today. Our group use Bitcoins as a current situation. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency and it also known as a type of cryptocurrency because it uses cryptography to keep it secure.
Today I will be presenting about Imam Al-Ghazali background. His name is Abu Hamid Muhammad bin Muhammad bin Ahmad Al-Ghazali. He was born in Tabaran, a town in the district of Tis, Khorasan, a part of Iran. Next, Al-Ghazali was born in 450 Hijri and was demised on 505 Hijri. Al-Ghazali, in conjunction with the title of his father, who worked as a good wool spinner, and some even spoke in a village called Al-Ghazala, which is the village of the Kota Tus district in the province of Khorasan, Iran. Next is Imam Al-Ghazali was awarded the honorific title Hujjatul Islam, which is the proof of Islam, because of his profound knowledge which means the evidence of Islam for being truth. Next, we proceed to the contributions of Imam Al-Ghazali, which is first General Advisor of Prime Minister of Nizam al-Mulk in 478 Hijri after the death of his teacher Al-Faramidi and Imam Haramain. Al-Ghazali moved to Moscow at the invitation of Prime Minister in Baghdad to teach and advise as a legal advisor to Nizam al-Mulk. Second is become a senior lecturer at Nizamiyah University in Baghdad, which is Nizam al-Mulk appointed him to chair of theology in Nizamiyah University. Next is proponent of Al-Shari'ah, or known as the name of Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Al-Ghazali also is recognized as a major scholar of the Shafi'i school, Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah, who is in line with the Ash'ari school of thought. Next is Murshid to the Sufism. And the last one is Ihya Ulumuddin book, written by Imam Al-Ghazali, is the most widely known work and become the basis of Manhaj Al-Ghazali educations in explaining details on classifications and the sources of the knowledge, as well the relationship with the social demand, include the science of faith, fiqh, akhlaq, philosophy, and also Sufism.
Now we move to the financial theory of Imam Al-Ghazali, which is his view and idea who disagree with the use of gold and silver in the market as a means of exchange for economic activity. Imam Al-Ghazali was a leading thinker who has made several ideas related to finance, which is evolutionary theory of money. At that time, completion of Islamic economy is focused on microeconomic analysis and the function of money. Imam Al-Ghazali explained the issue of prohibition of riba and the impact on the economy of nation. He also discussed the issue about weight scale, price control, the determination of tax in certain circumstances and emergencies. Okay, for the next slide, it is the issue we discussed in the theory. First, it is because of inflation, which is it happened when the amount of money in circulation exceeds the amount of goods, and an increase in inflation that is too fast will stunt economic growth. Second, it's about barter system problems, where we does not have an exact value for an item to be changed. As we know, each item has a different value. For example, we don't know how much food weight if to be exchanged for clothes, or how many items we need to be provided if we want to exchange with a camel. And the third one is riba. The riba include only 6 items, which is gold, silver, wheat, barley, dates and salt. It's also mentioned in Hadith Riwayat Muslim, which is we must trade with the same type, value and cash. For anyone who asks for ads and extra, then he has committed usury. On the last slide, it describes how Imam Al-Ghazali overcame the following problems. About the inflation, he used to ban on hoarding money. With that, the transactional tool is circulates in society and not just to a certain group. If not, it will cause difficulties to entrepreneurs and application to obtain capital to carry out business or also enterprise activities. Next, for the barter system, Imam Al-Ghazali proposed to set up a financial board to manage the manufacture and printing currency, such as metal currency system. With this, society will get their equal right. And the last one for riba is ban on currency trading, which is it can preventing society from being oppressed.
Next, let's talk about issue of the financial theory. As we all know, nowadays there are digital currency called cryptocurrency. According to Oxford English, cryptocurrency is a digital currency in which transactions are verified and recorded, maintained by a decentralized system rather than by a centralized authority, which means there is no authoritative party manage cryptocurrency since it's already managed by the community who are involving in cryptocurrency. There are many types of cryptocurrencies and one of them is Bitcoin. In Malaysia, there are few shops and restaurants receive payment using Bitcoin. For example, Husno Corner, Johor, Beef Boutique Cafe and Restaurant, Kuala Lumpur and Al-Mitha Enterprise, Kuala Lumpur. This shows that there are digital community accept Bitcoin as medium of exchange. Moreover, Bitcoin use blockchain to record transaction and it means it has high security and transparency due to only 2 people involved in one transaction without third party like banks, except the recipients Bitcoin and the givers only. It makes the transactions look like we are paying cash but in the digital world, so the transaction can be more faster and cheaper rather than when we use FPX payment and so on, which cost us payment services. Each transaction performed will be used digital address from the givers to the recipients, and the address can be changed after doing the transaction. Therefore, it makes no one can know who were involved in the transaction, even it's already recorded by blockchain system. Since it's hard to decrypt data of transaction, unfortunately, value of Bitcoin can change quickly. It can be affected by the digital community who stuck in scamming, negative thought of investor, and so on. Since Bitcoin just less than 10 years old, so the effects will give a big impact to the value of Bitcoin. Last but not least, Bitcoin can be a commodity in order to do investment in long term, but there's no final word that Bitcoin is a legal tender. Even few countries approve Bitcoin as a currency like China, Japan and United States of America.
Now we go to the last part, which is conclusion. In our presentation, we can conclude many things. There are, first, the period of the thought of Imam Al-Ghazali. The period began in 1058 until 1111. Imam Al-Ghazali has produced various thoughts that are useful to this day, such as the book which is Ihya Ulumuddin. He also discussed many things related to the economics, such as money printing and financial control in the economy. After his time, the discussion of economics issue continued by Ibn Khaldun. Second, the types of the currency. There are two main types of currency that exist in Imam Al-Ghazali period, which are dinar and dirham. Dinar and dirham made by the gold and silver. Gold and silver are chosen because it generally accepted, has a good stability value and not easily damaged or rusty. Third, the relevance idea of Imam Al-Ghazali. Imam Al-Ghazali did not approve of the use of gold and silver in the transactions. This is because both of these materials are difficult to carry. Apart from that, Imam Al-Ghazali has also improved the financial system that exists in his time until it became the reference nowadays. For example, the use of money in trading to replace the barter system that has many problems. Fourth, the different perspective of some issue. Imam Al-Ghazali forbade money trading because it contained an element riba. However, he did not discuss the issue of riba on lost money. He discussed riba in financial transactions, which is riba al-fadl, and also the trading of the same currency. That's all from us. Thank you.